Hey everybody.
Hey guys.
So we're back. We're going to wrap up the Dark Imperium box tonight. Some chance we don't. I'll wrap it up over the weekend, and that way we can start painting Monday.
Whatever. We're finishing this tonight.
Oh yeah.
It's happening.
Well, I want to get started with the Poxwalkers because
Fine.
those Marines.
Marines. Alright, so what do you
I
want to
got
put together
Screwed
first?
D. So
Well, that means nothing to me right now.
and then tonight we're also playing music by the Dead Broke Barons. It's just playing lightly in the background. We noticed the last couple nights how like blaring the silence is whenever I'm not talking, so we wanted to take care of that. So it's just lightly playing in the background. Check them out on Bandcamp. Whenever we load the video, I'll put a link for it.
They're pretty cool.
They're really cool. It's like a funky bluegrass thing. I mean, check them out. Whether you think you'd be into it or not, I think you'd really enjoy the sound. Anyway, so while they're playing, we are going to put together these Poxwalkers.
Alright.
I guess these are going to be like the Nurgle zombie units. Notice that one of their abilities is as a unit that you're fighting takes casualties, you get more Poxwalkers in the unit. That's pretty cool. Although, there seems to be a weird rule now when you play a points match that any potentially summon units you have to account for in your points. So, for example, if this is how I understand it, if you got 2,000 point army, but you think you could potentially summon up to 500 points worth of units on the table during the course of the match, then you can only field 1,500 points up front, and then you will come up with that other 500 during the course of the game. It seems really weird. I'm not sure why they decided to do it that way. But, I mean, we'll see how it plays. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it could be something that gets Reddit later on. Not sure. But, just talking about the models, though, these dudes are gnarly as fuck. They're pretty gross.
Yeah, they're
A while ago, I got lost looking at the sprue. There's a body that's just, there's nothing recognizable about it anymore.
Oh.
It's just oozing
Yuck.
sores, and there's no face. There's just like what looks like a sphincter.
You would go for the most gross guys.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But there is also some really cool bits too. I noticed a Warhammer in there that I liked a lot. It looked just like a wooden mallet. It was pretty cool.
I think it's this one up next to this guy.
Yeah, right there. And we apologize again. We still don't have the second camera. I mean, it'll probably be a week or two before we do. So
we're just going to be holding it up to the camera so that it's really blurry.
you keep laughing at us as we try to get. And then, of course, we'll put them on
so
Instagram.
that guy looks like you literally just like,
put his head on.
Put his head on.
He looks like he's like some kind of deformed scarecrow. But and then we'll take better pictures of them all and put them on Instagram and Twitter if you're following us along on there.
Which you should be.
Which you should be. It's the cool thing to do. Damn, that head went right on. I'm not even sure why that head was a piece. But
Like, we gotta make it so that you put this guy together.
yeah. But yeah, these, I actually think as far as models go, I like these models better than the Death Guard models themselves. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Death Guard models were cool, but it looks like the artists just really cut loose with these guys and went for as vile and nasty as they could get. As the glue sets and they get a little bit better put together or held together, I'll have Hilaire stick a couple up near the camera. Yeah, that's the one. So, I mean, do you see that? Like, there's nothing there. Because at first I thought I was looking at it wrong, and then I flipped it around, and I was like, holy crap. No, he's just as bad on one side as he is the other.
Yeah, he's just nasty.
He's got a funky old tentacle, nasty arm, and then the other arm's robotic. So there's just this robotic skeletal hand sticking out of a Funkio sword infested nasty.
Nastiness. That's what we're saying here.
He's nasty. He's gross. He's grody. But
I really think all of these guys are just gonna be heads put on.
Really?
Bodies. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe that means we'll get done tonight.
Easier. Told you we'd finish.
Yeah. I know there's been some repeats of models. If we have multiples of these, I may leave the head off of that one.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's that one. So his head just went right on there,
spine.
and there was just like that little sphincter hole. Like I make that like his little breathing hole or whatever. Jesus Christ. This one. So I'm gonna try to put this up against the. Look at this. That little necklace hanging off there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's just asking to be broke off.
No, you can't see that.
Yeah. Well, you can see the blurry bullshit. I really do wish like I had more mastery of the camera here, but I got no hope of making that focus in. But anyway.
You see this blur next to this other blur? That's a necklace.
And they all got really cool weapons. So this one's like a pipe wrench that's cinched down on a giant spike. Did you look at that?
I did not see those.
And then it's like wired up too.
Nice.
Yeah, so the weapons and stuff on this are real creative.
I actually think these are more fun than the Space Marines, even though they're nasty and I wouldn't want to look at them the whole time.
They will be fun painting. I mean,
seems like you could easily get lost in doing the details with them.
oh yeah. I bet you will see a lot of these guys show up in tournaments, just because it will be not playing tournaments but painting tournaments.
Opportunity to show off.
Yeah,
skills.
it'd be a great opportunity for people that can do really like good pustules and swords and just a lot lot of different color palettes.
Everybody's gotta have a talent. Look how great it. Pustules and swords.
That's right. Oh, Dan, he's the pustules and swords man. Is this actually a limb that goes on here?
I thought that was.
Okay, I see how it fits now. I think. No.
Which?
It's the guy with the hammer.
Goes on the side there.
I think I'll figure it out.
You better. That's your job. I'm just cutting these things out.
Oh, okay. Look, it goes up on his back. That's cool. See, and the tentacle comes around his.
Oh, okay. Gonna end up singing along. Song's gonna get stuck in my head.
I love a lot of their music. I'd like to hear them put out another album.
Yeah.
I know they've been working on some new stuff. Look at this guy. That's pretty rough. Yeah, these guys, I wouldn't be shocked to see some of these guys show up in, I guess, Vampire Count's armies too as zombies. I mean, just to have some variation. I think they still got the same old crummy zombie models. I don't think the zombie models for Fantasy have been updated. And I mean, these are obviously Nurgle inspired, but
You
I
Probably
still think
modify them a little bit.
I'd much rather have these as zombies than
Like
the
this
currently
guy's,
existing zombie models.
Body looks like it could be. He's got some little spine sticking out of his back, but otherwise.
Yeah. What's it like? Well, I mean, there's some of them are holding guns and stuff, so.
Yeah.
But like him, I like how he's just holding it by the barrel, like
Yeah.
it's just a bludgeoning item at this point. Considering how cool these models are, I may go Poxwalker heavy in my army. I haven't made up my mind on what my makeup is going to be just yet. And I think Halea last night was talking about potentially going Space Marines.
Maybe. I mean, I got him. Might as well start with him anyway. Maybe.
I think she was starting to feel the lure.
They have some really cool poses, so.
Yeah, those models are awesome, especially those jump pack guys. The interceptors.
They were cool, but I think I liked, wasn't the captain, I think it was one of the lieutenants, but he's got his sword and his gun, and he's just like, I'm gonna wade into the battle.
Yeah.
Like, fuck some people up.
Take no prisoners. This dude got a hit?
He does, but
Okay.
I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, the poses with these are really awesome. Like that. Let's see.
See
I
that
love
blade?
how it's getting there.
No, that one wasn't the
Until I
best.
dropped it. Like, fuck that shit.
You could actually kind of see what he was looking like.
This guy's got a hand hanging out of his teeth. Is that what's going on there?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a second hand coming out of his guts. Oh, that's awesome. So look, once you get it put on him.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. See?
Oh, yeah.
That's his hand there.
Well, that's
And he's
really
like
cool.
picking his teeth and he's got that third arm growing out of his back. Yeah. These guys are pretty cool. We'll definitely get done tonight.
Since it's just putting on one head.
That's right, putting on a head. How many is there in a group? Make sure when you do these guys, like, to focus on a couple at a time. Like, because there really are some badass shit going on in the models. I don't want to do them all.
Did you tell me how to take pictures?
I'm gonna do it again. I fucked up. We all get one fuck up. That was mine. We ain't gonna count how many times you shoot pieces across the floor during the course of a stream.
It's not fuck ups. Playing a game. Making it interesting.
Oh my god. I had to give you credit for that one. It's nice clipping. Not losing that little necklace there that he's wearing. So it sucked if it broke.
Don't want to go throwing him across the floor.
Oh yeah. That'd been it. This is one of my favorite songs of theirs. Johnny Gunslinger. Sounds funky as hell.
Yeah.
What we got next? That one's cool too. When we're in the trench coat there.
I think he might be next.
Now, as kick-ass as these models are, the only thing that I don't like about them is with them being so, I guess, specific in how they are put together. With there being like one head or whatever. Like that doesn't leave like a lot of room for conversions. Like these pieces are pretty much off
I don't know what's
limits.
going on with this guy. It's his head, but like, what's that supposed to be? Like, so like, not ribbons.
No, look, it's the front of the trench coat.
Oh, okay.
Does he have an arm?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I just don't want to cut off parts that aren't supposed to be cut off.
These guys are just, they're pretty tight.
There's his arm. There's that one done. One down.
Oh, he was the one with the hammer.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you want to go back into those and finish them up? Or
Yeah,
do
it was. We just got a second sprue of them. Was there 2 sprues of them? Is that what it comes down to? Same guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to just blast these dudes right out. I gotta figure out how his hammer goes on here. So, there we go. Give me the next guy, just the same one.
Yeah. Should go faster. should be very familiar with him. I do like how they recap all of them down in the back. So after each like little squad, they'll have all the little guys so you can see what they look like.
Make sure that you didn't fuck them up too terribly bad.
Yeah.
That's cool. size base.
That's right. You double check those size bases.
Yeah, no joke.
We ran out yesterday because he was putting these guys on the wrong ones.
It was easy enough to fix.
Yeah. It's since been corrected because he's awesome. What'd you end up doing? Just taking a little razor blade and cut the glue?
Slid the razor blade underneath their feet. That way, just popped right off. That's another reason that you don't want to just go crazy with the glue. Just a little dab, do it.
That way, if you fuck up, it's easier to undo it.
That's right. Otherwise, it might have just been he's staying on that base. So Monday is when we're going to start painting.
I think we're going to try to sand and prime them this weekend.
Yeah, we'll sand and prime them over the weekend. Hell, we may start sanding them tonight if we get done. Going and start sanding bases tonight for the stream. I mean, something to do until 10 o'clock or 10:30.
I think it's good to see, like, for anybody that's watching that maybe hasn't done it yet. But you don't really need to see a whole lot of them. Just like one or two, probably.
Nah. Well, I mean, for me, it's more of a we'll keep bullshitting and then just be getting some guys based. We're gonna spend one night next week playing. Is that what? I don't know if we're gonna play and then paint, or we're gonna paint.
Yeah, we wanted to
play.
get them at least primed before we started playing a game.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we will play a game at least.
Yeah, we're gonna play
Monday next week.
We may do that Monday. That way we can just get right into it and see how we feel about the rules and stuff. That way it's a point of topic for Tuesday and Wednesday. Like we can talk about what we did like, what we don't like.
Well, and if we really don't like it, you haven't put all the effort into your guys, I guess.
That's right.
might help me decide whether or not I want to do Space Marines.
That's right.
Just be like, well, that's not happening.
I honestly can't see me just being like, no, this sucks. I'm never touching them ever again. Because, I mean, I honestly wanted to get into the Age of Sigmar stuff. Like, I wanted to use that as my jump point of getting back into fantasy. But when they did the no points thing, it was just too weird. Like, I mean, I just felt like that was silly as hell. Like, how do I play a pickup game with some dude that I've never met before? I'm like, hey, buddy, you want to play, you know, my very well thought out 1,000 model orc army against your 10 high elves on dragons? Like, fuck no. Like, that, I don't know. I'm just not sure how they thought that was going to be a good idea. Again, you know, I will say that I feel like that was very much they were hoping some asshole would be like, I want to play with a bunch of damn dragons. Let me go out and run out and buy all these $100 kids. But, I mean, this one might be one of my favorite poses of these guys. You know how you was talking about how that captain just looked like he was ready to wade in and fuck people up? Hey, look at that dude.
Yeah.
He looks like he's about ready to murder everybody. But let's see. Now we do have we did get 2 Dark Imperium boxes. So if our play session kicks off and we really do like it, then we'll do some more assembly videos. Or, no, I don't know. We may do assembly videos with new stuff that we add to our army.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, we've only got 3 weeks, well, 4 weeks until Albion Online comes out, and that's what we're going to play. We'll be streaming it for a little while. But,
I imagine if we like it, we'll come back to...
oh, yeah, we'll definitely do 40K from time to time. But, right now, it's pretty good time to be a geek. There's a lot of
stuff coming
out. A lot of shit getting ready to come out. I do enjoy that we, for me and Palea, it's almost a pain in the ass because we like outdoor activities, which, I mean, that's other things that show up. Probably not, obviously, on Twitch because I'm not sure what it would take to stream us out doing outside activities. But we'll definitely have stuff show up on our YouTube channel where we're hiking, camping. We're into outdoor stuff, kayaking, climbing. But that stuff will show up on our other channels. But anyway, I'm fucking way off topic here. What I was saying is it's neat. During the summer, you can tell like all the gamer kids run indoors, shying away from the sun. And so it sucks for us because we build up a back catalog of shit to do because the weather's actually nice, so we're outside doing nice stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to pick, like, do you want to play that game or do you want to...
It's not too damn hard to pick when it's like 110 degrees outside, 1,000% humidity. So those days are pretty obvious what we're going to do.
Sometimes it's nice to go kayaking on those days.
Although, I don't know about that either. Right, last time we went kayaking, burnt the tops of our legs.
Yeah,
we put no sunscreen on the tops of our legs, and I didn't realize the tops of your legs got burnt. So it was pretty damn horrible.
I don't know if we put no sunscreen, but either way, it wasn't.
It was horrible. I got in the shower and just wanted to cry. I think that was the thing, is because like the normal sunburn spots, we were covered. We were good.
We'd already been burnt though that
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But once we jumped in, we got home and jumped in the shower, and it was just like,
it was pretty rough. Didn't you wear your sunglasses that time? So
yeah,
you
I had
like
raccoon
really bad
eyes
raccoon
and
eyes.
sunburnt legs, and I was just fucked all the way around. I'm not gonna put this dude's head on. That's the one I'm not putting a head on. Look, doesn't his neck hole just look gross?
Yeah. He looks gross. That's the last year little Poxwalker dudes.
That's a formidable force. Look at those jokers.
Can't believe how quickly they got put together. They looked like they were going to be like really difficult. Or at least time consuming with all the little tiny parts. And this guy looks like he's going to be...
Hey, we'll probably take just as much time
easy
putting him together as we did all these guys, though. Well, who's that guy? You know what we should have done? Should have put these on a piece of cardboard. That way you could have transported them over to the photograph area a lot easier.
Don't think of this shit now. We're supposed to do that before.
Think about it as we're putting the last guy on the base.
I have no idea where this goes.
Let me see it. That's somebody's backpack.
Yeah. How do we leave a backpack off a guy?
That's to do with the bales.
Oh shit.
I know exactly who that goes to. There's like 5 bales on this. Well, did we put him together off one of the other sprues from one of the other sets?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. But while you are looking at that, I'll look for a piece of Grab my old trusty. This is a piece of balsa wood that I use for priming. What I'll do is I will put the little sticky stuff on the bottom. It's like that poster putty that you use to put posters up on the wall. I'll tear off little pieces of it and I'll stick it on the bottom of the bases, and then I'll stick these guys on there. And you can do them in like a zigzag pattern.
That guy.
Yeah, the guy with the bells.
No.
Oh, is it not him?
No, it's not the guy with the bells. It's a different guy.
Oh. Well, and then I'll do a zigzag pattern. When I'm putting them on.
What are the little dots you use?
I don't know what they're called, but they're just like that poster board stuff.
Sticky dots?
Yeah.
I think there's some on here.
And then I will...
It's a lot of little guys.
There's a lot of these. And so that gives you like this long... I didn't stick these on here. I'm just letting her use this. Take it over to the photographing area. And then you can hold it by one end and manipulate the board. So like turn it whichever way you need to while you're priming it. And then there you go. But I'll hand this over to you.
Yeah, let me get it up.
But I'll go over that in a little more detail maybe. With some extra guys. There you go, baby. Thank you, love. All right. Now, for the Blight drone. I'm actually pretty excited to put this guy together. I like the Forge World model that they came out with a couple years back. And it's not, this one's not as big, and it's also not resin. But it's also not as expensive. So... That's a bonus. Works itself out pretty good. Whoop, missed a spot here. There we go. He's got a bunch of cool little cables and stuff hanging off of it. Gotta be careful when you're clipping out the plastic. Sometimes I'm bad about getting in the zone and then I won't pay attention to where the actual clippers are and I'll clip into my hand. I've done that a couple times. It sucks. Actually, well, you just don't see, like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince the world that I'm super smart, but it does happen. I mean, it sucks. Like, I feel like you're just kind of in the zone. You don't know what you're doing. We did not put a guy together. The rest of his pieces are on here.
Really?
Yeah, we dropped the ball. I thought we got all the Death Guard done. Apparently, we missed a Death Guard as well. So, we will get a Death Guard, 18,000 Poxwalkers, and a Blight drone done tonight. But could get a drink of water. I'm getting dry. Give me a second. put those Death Guard guy pieces off to the side here. It's pretty obvious which ones are the Death Guard and which ones are the Blight drone. Which is a pretty cool sculpt too. I really do wish we had the camera situation worked out a little better so we could show them to you as we're getting them done. Man. Dropped the ball on that one, I guess. I don't know. I also didn't think it would be that hard to get them to like zoom in or focus in on. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I get spoiled by technology. Like, you get so used to all the little conveniences of things. So when something doesn't work in your head the way that you had it figured out that it would, you're kind of like, what the hell? What do you mean? This doesn't just teleport me to where I wanted to go. I gotta open the door? This is bullshit. Scrap it. And then, oh wait, there's a piece here. Got the face shield. Looks like that's the last piece. Ooh, that is a clean sprue. Woo, woo, woo. See, those go there. Face show goes there. And these go down here. He's a gnarly old looking dude. Alright. Pathetic blood drone. And he okay, so they do want you to put it together like this first. Careful you don't want to get too nutsoid with your glue there. It's a nice little bead right around the edges. Cool. Doesn't take a lot. There you go. And then now, next we put on right. Wish I would have done these first. That way they would have been a little steadier. Stuck in there. Let these joints set. While those take, I'll do the rest of the drone model. Let's see. We will put. They actually did a really clever way of making him look like he floats. The cables will go down on the base, and so it looks like he's dragging them underneath, and that gives him the flying illusion that he's flying when it's actually just using the cables as his stand. I like it when they do the models like that. Or I've seen a lot of conversions, like land speeders be glancing off a rock or something like that. I like that a lot better than I do using the clear flying bases. I don't know. It's just me maybe. But it feels like that just takes away part of the illusion of them flying, is actually having that little clear rod stuck up in them. I'd much rather see glancing off of a piece of terrain or something of that nature. Now we get his little turbines put on. Top little. Fetid bloat drone. Fetid bloat drone.
Bloat
What part of that was you not hearing? No, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell did you think I was saying?
Sounds like you were saying blood.
No, it didn't. Alright, I'm gonna let the left-hand side sit there for a minute. Make sure you check out these guys that we're listening to tonight. The Dead Broke Barons on Bandcamp. Again, I'll put their link up at the end of the video and put it on the YouTube. Really cool stuff. It's not like just your everyday kind of music that you listen to. Little bluegrass funk thing going on. No, it sounds like an awkward medley. It's not. It's really cool. Alright. Now, while that's drying, I'm gonna get this other guy put together. Truth. Keep losing my grip on him. I don't know how we missed this guy. He's probably one of the cooler, one of the Death Guard. And then he goes on one of these bases. He goes on this big ass base. I'm gonna go ahead and stand him up and put it on his base. That way when I go to do this other side, it'd be infinitely easier. Set him to the side and then see, here's the guy that we missed on the sprue. I'm not sure how. I mean, he's a pretty cool sculpt. So, twist him around there. But, make sure he gets his own little photo session. And let's sit that over here. Unless I'm mistaken, I think we now are moving on I'm gonna let that bloat drum dry a little bit more before I try to stick his left side onto him. And so we're gonna go on and work on the last of the intercessor squad. I think we did squad A last night, right, baby?
Right.
So squad B tonight. Let's see. B 1 through 6. The next week when we do the painting, like I said, we're already going to have them primed and we're already going to have the base coat put on them. And the reason that we're already going to have the base coat put on them is because they actually released a Death Guard green spray, and I'm going to use that. That way I can just go on and get that base color put down on top of all of them after doing the prime. And we're not really set up for us to be able to record any spraying we do because we gotta do it outside. And I mean, I may try to do some like a YouTube video possibly. What do you think about that, babe? Like upload but just show the technique that I use. Somebody can let me know if they have a different one or a better one. But I'm open to learning. I mean, I never think that I have the best way of doing it. Just the way that I've been doing it. Now, from what I understand, these Primaris Space Marines, they're a new Marine altogether. Like, so when I first seen them, I thought maybe these were going to be another like pre-heresy model. Because I'm not going to lie, my knowledge of the Marines is not like 110%. So when I seen the Primaris stuff, I just assumed that this was like, and the fact that they teamed them up against Death Guard, I just assumed that it was a pre-heresy armor type. And I guess brief look in the lore that you're talking about, I guess there's some people that believe that this is a little bit of heresy going on with creating the Primaris Marines, because it's the presumption that you improved upon something the Emperor had already deemed worthy. But I guess they had the approval of Robert Gilliman, so that's the pro argument, I guess, is that he signed off on it. So it is kind of cool to all the political intrigue that goes into the 40K universe. In the rules, I haven't seen the new rules for normal Space Marines, so I don't know for 100% fact, but the only thing I immediately noticed is all these guys have 2 wounds instead of, I didn't really notice any difference in stats other than that. So I'm not sure what the Primaris feature is, like, I guess tougher, but they weren't necessarily any more strong or any more skilled with the ballistics weapons. So, but they have 2 wounds apiece, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty big. But did you get everything set up on the? on the gram. Alright, now we got CA. This guy here.
What do we got left?
We still have the fetid bloat drone, but I'm letting him dry because he's the.
Just to take pictures of him, or are you still working on him?
No, I'm still working on him because I got this.
Oh, his second gun?
Yeah, he's one of those models where it's a lot easier to let the one side dry before you get to work on the other side. Because otherwise, you'll be spending a lot of time just knocking off some of the pieces you just got put on. And so while he's drying, I figured I'd go on and do the Primaris Marines that we didn't finish yesterday. And I went on and finished that dude. Like I said, he's one of my, I think he sucks we missed him. He's a cool sculpt.
Yeah. I'm surprised we did.
Go on and we'll give him his own little spotlight. He'll be the lone death guard that made it.
Kind of a cool guy to have left, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Is that it?
Yep. That's it.
Well, we are missing a dude. Or how many did we get done yesterday? Was there 6 intercessor guys? Because it looks like there's only 4 left. Because that's brutal.
Yeah, I think we got 6.
Okay, because there should be like the Hellblasters and then
Yeah, we got 6.
and then the intercessors and then I set the other guys over there even though we're not. Did you take pictures of them? The interceptors.
Oh, the guys that are supposed to be flying?
Yeah.
I did.
I wonder if you could just like set them up against the backboard there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to mount those guys on a base until after I paint them. I just don't think it'll work out very well.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to do them justice without being on their base.
Do you think if you set them all 3 up like that? Because I think that with that white on white like that, it might just turn out pretty, obviously not as grand as it could be, but a lot better than I think you would think it would be. But you can take a picture of it and tell me what you think. This kit's so easy to put together. However, that being said, these little left arms that they have to put on that is just floating in between the pistol or the rifle and their shoulder pad is such a bitch to get stuck on there. Would like to know what everybody's planning on playing with 8th edition. I think this is the first time that I've ever seen them when they've done a new edition, release all the codexes at the same time, instead of just being this long ass drawn out process. I mean, I've seen multiple editions be rolled out, and then some guys never even got an updated codex for the previous edition. So I am glad to see that they did that. And I guess there's only 5 codexes in total now. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I think they're like, what? Really, 20, 25 bucks a piece? So. 125 bucks, you got all the books.
Yeah, it's not really that bad.
Yeah, compared to like back when everybody had a fucking book, they easily spend 300 or 400 bucks on just books. Apologize for all the time that Halea's spending off camera doing the social media stuff. I know she's infinitely better to look at than I am.
Well, I don't know about that, but maybe one day I'll be able to do this a little bit quicker.
A little more quicker.
Yeah.
Whatever. I am a social media idiot. I'm actually... The social media aspect of this is going to be a learning experience for me. Not one I'm opposed to, but just it's going to be. Hey. Is there a Space Marine over there without a backpack?
You still haven't found?
Yeah, I still haven't found it. And
yes, there is.
Alright.
How did that happen?
Because I was just like, I'm about done here, and I knew something was up. Yeah, well, I think we are actually going to get finished tonight. We'll probably start sanding bases. And for those listening to the music I got playing in the background, that is a kazoo that he's playing, by the way. How fucking cool is that?
Kazoo?
Yeah. Anybody that can legitimately use a kazoo in their session, I will.
Yeah, I guess it's not one you really hear very often.
I'll give them a listen.
You want to hand me the clippers and I'll get this last dude?
Why you showed up to do the last guy? That's awful sweet of you.
No, yeah.
Here you go. Thank you, baby.
Just didn't want to take away from your spotlight.
Well, appreciate your concern. So in the off chance, closer, not well. I guess anyway.
You're sure they're
I am at this point. My tongue's just getting fat in my mouth. So if you do Space Marines, have you thought about what chapter you're gonna do?
I'm kind of torn.
Between?
I think like Black Templars sound cool from what you've said about them, but I mean, honestly, I think I'm just gonna have to read that book a little bit more,
right? And
kind of get a feel for all the chapters and what they're kind of like known for.
See which ones you can stand behind.
Yeah.
You know what though?
I don't know about stand behind, but at least be like, this guy's got a cool sword.
Well, with me reading that stuff earlier about the some of the chapters feeling like the Primaris Marines are heresy kind of in their own right. I don't know if the Black Templar might be one of the chapters that fall into that. They might be like, because they're pretty fanatical.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
last do.
Alright, hand him over. We'll get this shit done.
So I guess our next thing would be to get the mold lines off of them, or?
No, I'm just gonna sand them and then we'll get the mold lines off them.
Alright, I'll start getting the sanding stuff together. Do you need to see a picture of that dude?
No, I haven't looked at the thing in a while.
This is what you want to use?
Yeah. Just put some of it in that.
How much do you think we'll use tonight?
I mean, go ahead and just put like a little quarter of a bucket in there. If we need more, it's easy to get more.
You only have one brush over here.
That's right. There we go.
This one?
Yes.
I think it's the split. You put them in it and we get what do you think?
What's that?
Dudes as we get them sanding.
Yeah, we can do that. Do you want to bring the guys? Go in and bring the stuff we did the last couple days, and we'll sand them first. That way, we're not heavily handling the ones that are still. In their transitional phase.
Do you want any of the little guys we did today, or?
Yeah, we can. I mean, with them just having the heads, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. So there is the fetid bloat drone. It's a really cool model. I like him. We've got a lot of little details on it. But see, I like the way they did his flying. Like he's just hovering along and dragging his cables underneath there. It's supposed to help create the illusion of the model flying. We take this. Never mind. Let's see, I set it over here all the way.
Do you need water? What do you think this would be?
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. There you go. There's them. Yay! Sanded bases! It's my favorite. Actually, it's not.
Actually, I don't mind it.
Leia does it for me a lot. Because she's an amazing individual. So. Oh my god. I was trying to pick up a base, but it was defeating the hell out of me. So when it comes to sanding bases, we always use like playground sand because it's real fine grit, and not to mention the fact that you can get like a 50-pound bag. Was it a 50-pound or was it 25-pound? It's 50 or 25. I'm not sure which, but it was under $3. So, and we'll use it. Obviously, we're not going to use that much on bases. I don't think, even if I live to be 100 years old, but you can use it for terrain and making tables and stuff like that too, which we will. Use it at the bottom of flower pots. Yeah, we did that. But actually, I do want a little bit of. This needs just a little bit of water too. Break up that glue, but let's see. Mix that up a little bit. So what you want the glue to be is just a little more malleable. So. I got this old brush that I use. There we go. Used to that. It's just a POS brush. Oh, Jesus, I'm not even sure where I got this. I think I got this when I still lived in Baltimore. Worked at GW. What's that? Who? Oh, did his gun fall off? Yeah. I had a feeling it was going to. It kept like drooping. I have to. I love that transition right there in that music. Man. Do a little swoop around the edge. Make sure now he kicked up on his boots. And then there you go. Texture base. You always want to make sure you do that before you prime, not after. That work out very well. So, one down. Oh yeah. Put the lid on this plastic sit over here like some kind of mongrel. Debating whether or not I want to use transports for my guys or just have them be purely infantry. I haven't made up my mind on that yet or not.
What do you mean?
So in 40K there's like transport vehicles. Like for the Space Marines they have rhinos. You know all those ones I got in that box over there?
I do not remember these.
Well, anyway, those are rhinos, and they are essentially with the troops. You can have all your guys get in them across the battlefield faster than they'd be able to walk, and then they all, get out, get back in.
So why would you not want to use those?
Well, one, they cost you points, so.
Okay.
And then two, you also have why. Everybody's loaded up in that tank, somebody could hit it with a rocket and blow up the damn tank, and everybody inside of it's gone. So.
Sounds like bad times.
Yeah. But. Plus, I don't know. I just like the idea of, like, a legion of Nurgle guys just shambling over the horizon. I feel like that would just cause your bowels to loosen up a little bit.
So, how intelligent are the Nurgles supposed to be?
Like, what, the Marines?
These little Death Guard guys and
the
these Poxwalkers.
Right, so keep it, the Death Guard are Space Marines.
Right, but
so
they've been corrupted.
They've been, but they're just tougher, that's it. Like, they have all the bonuses of being a Space Marine.
Okay.
They're as smart, they're strong, they're, Now the Poxwalkers, they're zombies.
Right.
So. But no, Death Guard Marines, they're Space Marines that just spread infection essentially. Like, imagine they're like Space Marines with a staph infection. A really bad staph infection. So, they're not any less intelligent. They're not any less coherent.
They just look like they're turning into zombies. So.
Well, that's just like their insides and shit coming out. But that's the thing is like they're tougher. Like they can withstand a lot more. Like, because keep in mind they're alive.
Right.
Like they're not dead with his liver hanging out. He's experiencing that and still fighting.
I guess with that much of yourself falling apart, what else you got?
Shit, I don't know about you, but I would have my ass will be calling a medic.
I'm gonna fall apart anyway. Might as well take some
time. I need a hug.
You're gonna have to get
Is that the one you're talking about?
Second paintbrush. No. The one I was talking about. This guy. Ta-da!
Yeah, no, he looks like he's about to jack some people up. Well, if you want to base these guys, I can bust open the book. We can go over some lore stuff. Well, I mean, you over here.
I'm totally good. I'll base him.
Over expressing an interest in doing it, so I don't want to keep you away from your favorite activity.
There
My kneecap off.
Really?
It's up to you. Keep people entertained.
Oh, this will be good. I'm gonna have to move this box over. I'm actually looking forward to playing these guys a little bit. I haven't played, so I really don't have any experience with the rules or anything. I'm actually just now learning about the lore of them, which is pretty cool. It's really dark. I always kind of pictured the Space Marines as being like the good guys, but they're not really any like better or worse than any of the other armies out there. They've got like tons of people that just kind of like are enslaved and kind of just like work for the glory of the Empire. Like 10,000 psychers or whatever die every day, and sounds kind of hopeless. I was actually also surprised by how old they're supposed to be. I guess they've been like existing for millennia. They've conquered all kinds of worlds, so that's pretty cool. Did you find the book?
Yeah.
I think this is probably my favorite one from them, this song.
Gotten Karma?
Yeah. I think it's the one that gets stuck in my head the most.
So you're talking about the Death Guard specifically. Let's see.
Have you shown off? Oh, you're looking at the specific book. Have you shown off the big book yet?
Yeah, we showed off when we were looking at the really.
I don't think we showed anything from it. We just kind of went, here's the book.
Well, I mean, so hell, I don't know that there's any new art or anything in here. All this stuff, I mean, this is all stuff I've seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. I mean, it's I'm sure it saves them a ton. But there is a little, let's see. It's the craft worlds. Oh, Samhain, Beltane are about the only two that I can say.
What are these you're looking at? Craft worlds?
The Eldar. That's not what I want.
Oh.
I just happen to.
Now the craft worlds are just worlds that are part of the army, right? Like that you can draw from.
Craft worlds are colossal yet graceful vessels of living wraith bone and various psychoactive materials. These world ships were originally created as spacefaring arks by those ancient Eldari who foresaw the horrific fate of their empire and sought to flee far enough to escape the hunger of she who thirsts.
So they're only Eldari ships, like they're Xenos or whatever?
Yeah, Eldar. So they're made worlds essentially. Like they're artificial planets.
Guess that makes sense why they're called craft worlds.
Mankind. The Dark Imperium. So
his face has a little rough spot. What you looking at over there?
The different chapters they got. The ones that they really give you any background on are the Blood Angels, which I want to say the Blood Angels are kind of like vampires. See, known for the ferocity, the Blood Angels bear within them all that is good and noble, yet their gene seed also contains a destructive flaw. So every Blood Angel reign in its fury, holding in the good God, I can't read out loud. My throat just starts closing up. But they have the Black Rage. On the eve of battle, Blood Angels are prone to apocalyptic visions that can plunge them into the spiral of madness. Death is the only release from this malady, and almost inevitable, this fate will eventually overtake every Blood Angel. This Black Rage is a psychic imprint left by their Primarch Sanguinus' death. Left in a frenzied state, those warriors suffering from Black Rage seek only to charge and hack their foe. Over the centuries, the Blood Angels and their successor chapters have learned how to best wield these warriors, forming them into the Death Company, from which these berserkers are hurled into battle no sane warrior would risk. It is better that they should achieve an honorable death in combat for the cause of the Imperium than face the final stages of uncontrollable fury, turning the once noble warriors into little more than snarling beasts. In the Blood Angels, those suffering from the Black Rage don black armor dubbed with red crosses, signifying the wounds of Sanguinus.
Oh, they sound pretty cool.
Yeah. And then the Dark Angels, I showed you those. Dark Angels shun glory and fight only to punish the transgressors against the Emperor. Behind their stern facade, however, lies a dark obsession. Haunted by their past, they remain the unforgiven.
What are they unforgiven about?
See, the Dark Angels were the first legion created by the Emperor. Theirs is a mysterious chapter, their every action steeped in secretive traditions and rituals. What is known about the Dark Angels is that time and again they have stubbornly stood their ground against overwhelming odds until they eventually emerge victorious. Despite a history full of such heroics, they viewed suspiciously by many in the Imperium, who claim the Dark Angels follow their own clandestine agenda. Such allegations are never answered or even acknowledged. The Dark Angels remain silent and brooding. The organization of the Dark Angels differs from the practices laid out by the Codex Astartes, most notably in their first and second companies, elite formations known internally as the Deathwing and Ravenwing. The Deathwing, the Dark Angels' first company, the Deathwing, are distinct from their brothers in several ways. The formation consists entirely of veterans and masters in training known as Deathwing Knights, and the entire company goes to battle in Terminator armor. Their triumphs against the impossible odds are lauded across the Imperium. A single squad teleporting into the thick of fighting can turn the tide of almost any battle. The entire company deployed en masse can win an entire war. The Deathwing bear their own heraldry and don armor of bone white, not the dark green armor of their brethren. As these members of the inner circle, they are privy to some but not all of Deathwing's many secrets. So you know that one shirt I used to have that was the bone white color? Mm-hmm. That's the Deathwing shirt. And then the Ravenwing, the Dark Angel's second company, known as the Ravenwing, are even more unusual than Deathwing. A highly mobilized formation used for scouting and lightning-fast attacks. They use speed and surprise to catch their quarry. To this end, every single Space Marine in the company goes to battle atop an armored assault bike or within a land speeder. Organized into attack and support squadrons, they work in coordination with the rest of the chapter, chasing down foes, heading off retreats, and often working as a 1-2 punch with Deathwing, using the teleport homers to bring their brothers into the heart of battle. The vehicles and power armor of the Ravenwing are both an ominous black. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you have Space Wolves, which those are the ones that you...
those are like werewolves.
Yeah, those are the ones I think you're the most familiar with. Though some may see them as little more than savages, the Space Wolves are proud brotherhood, every bit as loyal as they are fierce. They are amongst the most notorious of all the Adeptus Astartes, and their boastful ways can rankle the sternest chapters, but none can deny the bold heroism they display again and again. Wolfen. Wolfenkin are the 13th great company of the Space Wolves Legion, the most savage warriors of all. It was they who pursued the Thousand Sons Primarch Magnus the Red into the Eye of Terror when he fled at the massacre of Prospero. They were lost until shortly before the Noctis Alterna, when they returned from the Eye, having grown even more bestial in appearance and savage in war.
They returned from the Eye?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't think people came back.
They were bad motherfuckers. Grey Knights, created to fight mankind's most dreaded foe. The Grey Knights are a chapter unlike any other. They are devoted, reclusive, and each powerfully psychic.
They were the ones I was thinking about, maybe.
Yeah, well, they're part of the Inquisition.
Right.
Deathwatch. Deathwatch. Against the Xenos threat, there can be no respite. When a Necron tomb world stirs, they are stymied, for the long vigil of the Deathwatch stands over mankind. Just as the Adeptus Astartes are recruited exclusively from the most promising warriors of all mankind, so are the Deathwatch formed from only the most proven of all Space Marines. Many chapters have pledged a tithe, lending a portion of their strength to the endless war against the Xenos threat. Thus, the Deathwatch is formed as an amalgamation of the best warriors drawn from many different chapters, each bringing from their own unique strengths, typically working in conjunction with the Inquisition's Ordo Xenos. Deathwatch kill teams are deployed to counter the direst of encroaching alien threats. The Deathwatch are a brotherhood of heroes, the elite of the elite, and each unit is distinctive in their skills and armaments, yet all are clad in black armor and Deathwatch. To the Deathwatch, there are two options: contain the Xenos or purge them.
Are they... They're not the ones that your guys came from, right?
My guys. No, that's...
Which ones got corrupted? Or
Death
is
Guard.
it just the... Okay.
The Death Guard were a chapter,
Right.
and then they got...
Gotcha.
Let's see. I'll get to it. Let me find the chaos stuff. Alright, here we go. Heretic Astartes. The Heretic Astartes, known as Space Marines, are fearsome foes. They have a Space Marine's abilities along with his gear of war. But since turning to the darker powers, many also bear powerful mutations or gifts from their patron chaos gods, making them mightier still. Let's see. Black Legion. The history of the Black Legion resounds with the din of both glorious victories and most bitter defeats. The Black Legion will never cease until they succeeded where Horus failed. The 16th of the first founding Adeptus Astartes legions, they were once called the Luna Wolves, before the Emperor renamed them the Sons of Horus to honor their accomplishments of their Primarch. It was with that title that the Legion rebelled, fighting as Horus's bodyguard during the Horus Heresy. After Horus's defeat, they recovered his body from the Loyalists and fled into the Eye of Terror. There, they feuded with other traitor legions, eventually losing the War Master's body, and were nearly destroyed. Only the matchless leadership of Abaddon, who's been Horus's second command, kept the remnants of the old legion together. It was this new War Master's edict to repaint their armor black in eternal memory of shame of their losses. Abaddon directed the newly named Black Legion and reclaimed their vaunted reputation once again. Since that time, the Black Legion have been a scourge in the Imperium, appearing as the forefront of Black Crusades where they unite with usually... Jesus Christ. With the...
Come across something that's difficult to pronounce?
No, just I swear to God, like while I read out loud, my tongue just feels like it swells. And I'm just like, and it's getting late. There's no heretic Astartes more infamous and none more focused on toppling the Imperium of Man and ripping the corpse Emperor off his golden throne. It's so much good time.
I am kind of surprised that everybody just like is behind him, even given the fact that he is just like this little brain in a throne. Although I guess it kind of probably adds to his mystery a little bit, like whoa dude, this guy's controlling the whole fucking empire and he's just a little brain. Is he supposed to have psycho abilities? Does the Emperor have psycho abilities?
I would assume so. Alright. Wow, really? Whoa, so they talk about the Black Legion, Death Guard, and Thousand Sons, but they don't really talk about the Emperor's children or was it World Breakers? That's the first Slanesh Corn. Anyway, so Death Guard. The Death Guard were one of the original legions, but with lies and half-truths, Horus swayed their Primarch, Mortaron, to his rebellion. I wonder how you... Mortarion. I bet that's how... Mortarion. I bet that's how you say it. To his rebellion. The Death Guard would pay a nightmarish price for their betrayal, falling under the sway of Nurgle, the Lord of Corruption, to become the first of all Plague Marines. Few sights are more loathsome than the corrupted forms of the plague-infested Death Guard. Their oozing power armor has rotted away in places, exposing festering wounds and pestilence-filled innards. Yet their bloated bodies do not feel the agony of their mutations. If anything, these afflictions only make them stronger. Their necrotic bodies so numb to pain they only total destruction can stop them. Relentlessly they march forward. I think that line right there just settled it. I'm not going to use any transport vehicles. Abominations against nature, the Death Guard advance with clouds of flies, their weapons spitting death, their miasma spreading, a natural disease. Truly Nurgle is blessed the Death Guard. Their flesh bulging with corruption. They wish to share these gifts across the galaxy. For a long period after his ascension to demonhood, the traitor Primarch Mortarion allowed his Death Guard to fractionalize. He was content to rule from his throne upon the plague planet, a demon world inside the Eye of Terror, only rarely issuing forth. In the wake of the Noctis Eterna, however, Martarion had taken a more direct role in leading the Death Guard. The time for the planting of corruption has ended, and the time for reaping has begun. And then see, they got a thing for the Thousand Sons. But we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, that's weird. Nothing for the Emperor's Children, which was Slaanesh. I can't remember any of their people right this moment though, so like who their Primarch was. And then I think it was World Breakers, World Bearers.
What was the story there?
Oh shit, I don't remember that either.
Just bringing it up.
Yeah, I'm just bringing up random shit to make it, you know. But I'm shocked that that's all there was to the Chaos book, or Chaos portion of the book. I mean, that was it.
That's really it?
Yeah, the Black Legion, Death Guard,
Damn.
and that's it. Or not Black, and Thousand Sons, and that's it.
I'm kind of thinking creators might be a little biased here. It's all Ultramarines.
Oh, that's a really cool paint job. See her eyes.
Yeah.
Look good on it. I will not be able to show your eyes, but that was the cool artwork there. I used to play Orcs. That's what I played before. Seems like they still got all the clans in here for the Orcs, the Goths, the Bad Moons, Death Skulls, Evil Sons, Blood Axes, and Snake Bites.
Does it have a breakdown for all the different armies in there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I was thinking it was just going to focus on Space Marines and your dudes.
Chaos?
Yeah.
No. I mean, there's a little bit in here for every army. I mean, there's a page to 4 tops. I mean, no more than that. But, I mean, I imagine there's got to be a lot more stuff in the individual codexes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, this is just kind of a little
It'd be
taste.
weird if they didn't.
We may pick those up over the weekend.
Yeah, I'd like to read them.
But let's see, is there any more about the? I don't imagine this is just all Death Guard stuff. I don't even think the paint scheme's in this book. I think it's in that other one. Let's see.
So I definitely feel like we made up some time tonight. Like, putting these guys together was a lot quicker than I thought. But,
Oh, yeah, Poxwalkers?
yeah, but now that we're doing the bases, feels like we have a lot of guys again.
So next week we will be doing let's see, priming them white. Base color would be Death Guard green. The shade color would be Athonian Camo Shade. The layer color would be Ogre and Camo. And the edging color would be Creed Khaki.
We're only doing greens.
Yes, we're only going to do the greens. I mean, that's a lot of damn guys to get done green.
I'm just teasing you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't be tickling me.
What?
I got this dude in my hand and he's like done.
Well, if he's done, then it's always tickling.
No, it's not.
And then I don't know what I'm going to do for the Poxwalkers. I don't know if I'm going to do them like fleshy colors or what. I like the idea of them being green.
They're just
But
like
we'll see.
completely unrecognizable from what they once were. Like rotting, disgusting.
Well, so what they did for their skin was base of Bugman's Glow, and then Cadian Flesh Tone, Kessler Flesh, and then Athonian Camo Shade is the shade color they used. So I guess they do like a wash over top of it, is what I'm going to assume. And it probably gave it that green taint. So we may go with that. I think that'll work out just as well as anything else. Let's see. It's got that green, like,
Yeah.
but not sure, but we'll see. But that's next week. We'll have that going, and we'll play. Like I said, we'll probably come back Monday. And we'll be playing Monday and going over the rules then. So, and then that'll give us something to talk about Tuesday and Wednesday while we're painting. And then the week after that, we'll be on vacation.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, woot woot indeed. For those of you that will not be on vacation, I'm sorry. But we will be, and we need it.
Yes, we do.
And then when we come back, we'll have another week of 40K, and then I'll be out on time.
Mm-hmm.
Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, pretty excited about
We've been
that.
waiting for that one for a few years now.
Yeah, we got in pretty early.
I think
and,
we got in like immediately after they announced like founder packs, because the roommate that I had at the time, he found it and he showed it to us, and it immediately put me in mind of Ultima Online, which I guess I'm forever going to have a soft spot in my heart for, because that was like my cherry popper when it comes to MMOs. So I felt a lot of old Ultima nostalgia swelling up inside of me, and as we all know, nostalgia is a dangerous thing. Causes more money to be spent than I think anything else does.
That's why the Switch was so successful.
Yeah.
Zelda.
Yeah. Well, that Zelda game was pretty badass, though.
Oh, it was a good game, but I don't think it would have been near as popular as it was.
Like if it had just been like Bob's Adventure or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I guarantee that. I was still amazed that the title itself sold more copies than they sold Switches.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. No, so that game really gives me like Ultima nostalgia, and I like the idea of it being like a living, breathing ecosystem. For those of you who haven't been keeping up with the game, they've put a lot of thought into it, and they seem to be real receptive to ideas whenever it comes to like conflicting interest for the player. So we'll see. I mean, they have no, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word here. Like, they don't have any real unrealistic goals, in my opinion. They know that what they're making is a very niche game. You know, this isn't a game that's designed for millions of people to be playing.
I do wonder how popular it will be, though. Because, I mean, it's pretty cool, and it's supposed to be able to be used on a tablet.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, you can play it on tablet, and I guess even on some phones. Like, the only problem you have at that point is screen size. I don't know that I would want to play it on a tablet unless I was just wandering around harvesting or something, or setting in town crafting, or socializing or something.
Just old that way, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't
prefer to have the full screen.
I haven't bought into the whole. I hate
It might be kind of cool though, like hook up your tablet to like a TV or something. I wonder if you could do that. Well, so you can have like the big screen, but be able to still play.
What, like sit on the couch and play?
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you're into that.
I mean, I don't know. Don't look like I'm done.
But so yeah, we'll definitely be spending some time on that until Divinity comes out. That's another one we've been waiting for. We played the original, and then so when the sequel was announced, we immediately backed it, especially with the focus on it with the multiplayer and the Dungeon Master tool. Looks like it's going to be really cool. I've heard a lot of really good reviews about it, so we want to get involved with that. We may do some Dungeon Master type stuff with it on the stream. Might not. Don't know yet. Even though we buy into games really early, I never play the early access stuff. I have no desire to. It's not something I want to do.
Well, I feel like you just get burnt out before the game's even really finished. So
yeah.
You kind of like miss out on the end product because you've played through all the trial runs.
Yeah, all the trial you've already beat yourself up with. So we're excited for that, those two. And then I'm not sure what we're doing after that.
I don't know. We got plenty of games that we're watching. I just don't know what's coming up next.
I think Destiny 2 is
Destiny.
next.
When's Crowfall come out?
Crowfall doesn't have a hard release date yet, but I think they're supposed to be in like a soft launch status by the end of this year, so we'll see.
That Anthem game they talked about at E3 was pretty cool looking.
Yeah, Anthem, I don't
know anything about it other than what they showed, but it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not even. I don't even think that's in anybody's vocabulary just yet. It's like a 2018, 2019 title.
Out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
It's cool.
No, it does look. It looks really cool. What was their suits called?
Oh, I don't remember.
I mean, it seemed
I
like.
can't remember the terminology they used.
But it looks really cool. It looks like that's going to be a really good game. But so we do have a lot of video games coming up. We just decided, like, the 40K, 8th edition of 40K was something we really wanted to be involved in. We figured that's a perfect time to start streaming. So we took a shot at it, and I mean, here we are, We'll also have like a lot of adventure stuff that'll come up on our YouTube thing. We also want to do recipes and yoga, a lot of things that we've experienced in our lives that we want to help other people experience in theirs.
Just give ideas.
Just give ideas, get ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're here to do, is just essentially kind of connect with that weird group of gamer nerd out there that wants to be a little more fit, wants to get a little more outside, strike a balance. But as you can see, Halea is infinitely better at sanding bases than I am. I think she is churned out like 3 or 4 times the amount of guys that I was doing. She is the head base sander here.
Everybody's gotta have skill, I guess. Yeah, we don't have that many left. I'm starting to wear down now.
Starting to get tired.
Mm-hmm.
It is late. Yeah, we got to get used to staying up this late. We're old people. Old people
we
that
usually
work
stay
early.
up this late. We just don't like do anything other than game. Usually just playing
Staring at a screen,
and
talking
not
to each other.
interacting.
That's right, not interacting with the crowd. Although, right now we're not interacting with the crowd either. But, you know, for those of you that stumble upon these later on.
We're just talking to ourselves.
That's
here.
right.
Having a good time.
Having a good time.
Not singing.
Not singing. Can't sing. That's one of the worst things I think in life is like love singing and can't sing. It's like, how the hell does that happen? You know what I love? Just brings happiness and joy to my soul is something I'll fuck off at. Like
American Idol made lots of money off of those people. I think more people watch that show just to see all the people that could not sing.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you because I've literally never in my life watched one episode of American Idol.
Oh wow, really?
So,
okay.
do they actually have people in there that aren't worth a fuck?
Oh yeah, like
okay,
the
so it's not just like a bunch of people coming on
so they
there.
show all the tryouts. So you just have tons of people that like think they're hot stuff, and they're not. And I honestly don't understand how that many people get to adulthood and haven't been told that they can't sing. But
I worked with a chick that was like, she went to American Idol.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she was telling me about, you know, everybody was just telling her how great she could sing, yada, yada, yada. And I fucking didn't get it because the bitch could barely talk coherently. And she sounded like she had a mouthful of fucking marbles. So, I mean, that's a common fucking common trait here in the South. I mean, I fucking suffer from it. I know people think that I mumble a lot. Mumble and I cut words short and I fucking forget words all the time. I think the worst is like when you forget a word in mid-sentence. You're like,
yeah.
rock.
I don't know if that has to do with being in the South.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with being South. That's just I'm slow tard, but
I think Southern people might be upset with you for.
But we can't talk worth a fuck. That's
I'm
for
like,
sure.
this is a common trait.
I think that's it for us tonight, ladies and gents. We're gonna cut out, and I'll get this posted on YouTube. Halea will do some more Twittering and Instagramming as we wrap up the evening, and we will be back Monday with play session. I'm gonna try to make a board, like a little 4x4 board, over the weekend for us to play on. I don't know. Don't hold me to that just yet. That may just be that may be some bullshit I just made up. But we'll see.
Guess we will find out on Monday.
That's right. More likely.
Oh, darn.
Huh.
Now I'm getting crappy at this.
What'd you do?
I just like shoved my finger across it and like rubbed off half of the sand that was on there.
All right, guys. We're out of here.
Have a good
Y'all
night.
have a good night. We'll see you Monday.